Started training, I didn't even have the option to learn any leg locks or leg isolations and stuff. It wasn't until I went to the city and learned from some really nice folks in John's class. One of them in particular, Howard Niego, taught me a lot and was really helpful, really nice to me. This training that you're about to see is the base position that Howard would work from. And over the years, I've understood it more of why he liked it as a base position. And it's a fantastic sweeping position. It's very still, it's very connected, and it prevents like these wild leg motions. It gives you the time to begin to learn sweeps primarily, and then keep your own legs safe, which you have to do. It's going to be very difficult to play any sort of leg lock offense without knowing how to keep your own foot safe in the process, or else it becomes this sort of shootout situation where now you're just flipping a coin of who can race to the offense the fastest, which we don't want. Positions like this one that Howard would do will show you how to operate more still in the beginning of learning the different leg lock positions. Not so much rolling, not so much wild motions. Utilizing it for sweeping and defensiveness in the beginning is the most helpful for sure. So keep that in mind when you're in the beginning of learning leg lock training, that you want to go through the positions like it is a game of chess. If you've ever heard of chess rolling, you're each going to take incremental turns, maybe 2 motions at a time, as you both set up or defend different techniques. And there's no power, you can't use power. If you're taking turns, how are you going to use power? So you won't be able to try to bridge that gap between the effectiveness that you're looking for and what's going on in the moment when you're in the beginning, because you want your technique to work, but it's not working the way you want, so you think you push a little more, it'll work a little more, but then if this happens in leg lock training, then now you're both limping and all this stuff. So going slow through these positions and defending each move correctly for what it is. If it's an inside heel hook, should be defended as that, not an outside heel hook where you amplify the pressure, like if you hitchhiker the wrong way in an arm bar and your arm explodes. And remember, utilizing defensive positions where your leg is safe and you can sweep your partner, that's going to be more productive in the beginning. You'll be able to tie that into situations that you're already familiar with, especially if you're a beginner. Don't worry about heel hooks. Worry about leg isolation, sweeping, and using it for defensive positions. All right, so we're going to go over the basics of leg locks and stuff. So let's start with the heel hook. All right, let's start with something that makes sense, like already, because of something else you understand. Knee bar, what is it the same as?
Knee bar, an arm bar.
Right. So just like you would squeeze at the shoulder and the chest for the arm bar, right? This position where you're cinching, squeezing, and isolating, right? With the arm over, it's going to be essentially identical. Then if it was a knee bar situation, and we fall to the side, we may cross our legs for this one just because of the way that we fall, but you don't need to. You can just pinch your knees, and it's the stretch and the isolation of the limb, right? Linear break through, above, like this is the elbow of the leg. So through here or through here. So knee bar, very straightforward. Heel hooks, things get twisted, and there's an inside and there's an outside, like you were saying. The base position where a lot of this stuff starts is called Ashigurami by the way that John did it. It's Japanese for tangled legs. It's a closed connection around the hip. And in this one, right, we're driving our knee into the belly essentially, our shin, and we're stepping there with our heel inside the hip line, closed here. Don't want to relax this leg, you lose pressure. Keeping this bite here, you see, puts the stress on his leg too. So this position itself, backside foot is hooking on the thigh. And this like variation became the base for the leg lock system that was used by the guys in the city. To create a heel hook from here, it's the pressure from the outside in, which makes this a what?
A bar.
Well, it's gonna be a heel hook.
Okay.
So, but is it gonna be inside or outside?
They're gonna be outside.
Right, because the pressure's coming from the outside, and his heel is
To the outside.
right. So what we're gonna do is secure that with our hand at the calf, and then we're gonna block that positioning with our blade at the blade of our wrist at the Achilles.
Okay.
Creating tension in this position alone. Squeezing, a little bit of pull just to create that tension within the leg. Hand cupping the heel, low hand to your own wrist. Driving this foot into your body. Like this should be, so if he goes to wiggle his foot, go to wiggle your foot. You should wiggle.
I'm not doing that.
See, he doesn't even want to move his foot. That's what your grip should be like. If you are gonna go for a heel hook, you can continue to feed the pressure here as you begin to expose that heel towards the ceiling, right? If he doesn't move, his leg will be the wrong way shortly as my shoulder hits the floor. If this connection is not extremely tight, this position doesn't feel like it's gonna do anything, and it may not. But if you can apply the heel hook with that little bit of movement, oh, that's gonna be a nasty heel hook when you apply everything, right? Defending your legs from that position will also show you how to do offense. So you have to use your legs to defend your legs. If Chris is going to get my leg here, yeah, like this, nice. My foot from the outside has to defend my foot that's within the grips. Just like if you're in an arm bar, your other arm. So using your other foot to step on the thigh, this is what makes bringing my leg up sooner better for him. I have less time to do this step. So as this position occurs, you guide your knee out, you bite your heel in. If he needs my heel out, I need my heel in. You can push the foot and lock out onto the foot. But once you've got the step on the thigh, it's very difficult to maintain this hold as you're stepping and driving your knee to your chest with the ballet foot. Once your foot's free, bring it back under the thigh. The foot that's underneath comes back around into this equal, like, sort of spider guard for the legs. Double knee shield for the legs. So the sooner you do this, the easier it's gonna be to defend your foot, right? Yeah. Hopefully. The sooner you go, the easier it's gonna be. If you wait for your leg to be completely isolated and your heel's already out, well, I'm already turning. Yeah. So now I gotta roll and then try to step and bring my knee. You see, it's already much stickier. Now he can switch to calf slicer or go for other styles of heel hooks, go for my back and all. So it's always easier if we can address that right away. All right, all you have to do is maintain this, maintain that, and maintain this pinch. And this is the basis of that. All right, we got him leg lock position. And then you would go from here. But first things first, you gotta keep someone here. All right, go. See how when I go in all these different directions, just maintaining this position is very restrictive, right? Now, the fight at the heel is probably a pretty reasonable one, right? Because you're all the way and the heel's by itself. So if I start to sit out and go like this, now you're gonna work to sit up and drive this knee over my hip line. Drive. And it'll make your foot light. You lead with your knee. You see how now you're on top? Right. Cool. Try again. So that's the moment when the defense begins. Right? Once this starts to happen, but if you notice, right, I'm bringing my knee out. That sweeping position. I'm gonna come up. Now you come up.
As soon as that's going.
As soon as this is going, you start to come up.
And I kind of just let everything go at that point. I gotta be careful because you're gonna lock me up.
So check it out. I can't lock you up with this wedge.
Okay.
When you go, you can post on this hand. So now start to rock up, drive this over. Look, you see, if I cross here, keep driving. Widen your knee. Look, boom. There's a lot of pressure. Drive your shoulder, be heavy with like that, sort of similar to that mount position you see when you sit down on the floor. Kind of idea, like you see how you splay the hips and you keep this pressure from here. You're not in threat until the moment of advancement or something else. But I'm stuck. Oh yeah. You have all those inside positions, right? So like,
nice back.
just as like an idea, if I was gonna go to try to hit you, what would you do?
Hip in.
Hip in.
Hip in.
Look.
Oh yeah, you just can't reach and hold
Right.
it right here.
Right. Step.
Right.
Step. Beautiful.
Sure.
Look.
My head going back.
Fantastic. So like that's kind of the beginning too on the offensive front for the heel threats and stuff. Directing this position. You see now when you step here and point your knee up, look where I start to turn.
Right.
Now you can pummel. Bring your hand under my heel, right?
Right. There you go. Oh yeah.
Oh, you keep this. Oh, for the sweep. Yeah, I was gonna say for like the.
When you said pummel, I wasn't sure. I think I like try to roll over.
No worries. Maintain this. Don't let me go. If I try to go, sweep me. See what I mean? See what I mean? Very good. Very good. Very good. You want to try again? You got the idea, right? Yeah.
I'm just trying to like think about like when the opportunity presents itself in my mind, like getting the legs right quick.
Yeah. Sure. Nice tension. See, you make me lean back. Well, what?
See, I lost my balance.
So let's worry about this transfer real quick for a second. Check it out. Because it is a little awkward. We're here, right? You're clamping here and you're hooking here. When you go to peel this and your knee goes out.
If you pull off your own knee, probably would be helpful.
You can let go with both hands. It's this post, driving, and then it gives you the path to get your foot out.
Got it.
Yeah. That was way better, and you can use your hand for height. You use your hand for height, it'll be easier.
Reach up.
Just back, like back at a 45, yep. From your elbow.